Parshas Ki Seitzei, the parsha in the Torah with the most mitzvos. There's an interesting topic in Ki Seitzei, which on the surface of it is not relevant to us at all. The famous topic of a ben sorer u'morer. Ki yela ish ben sorer u'morer, near the beginning of the parsha. Enenu shomea b'kol aviv u'v'kol imo. Yisro sov lishma aleim. And then Pasuk goes through what happens, and his punishment is rogamuhu kol she'iro ba'avnim v'ames. He gets skila. The exact halachas of ben sorer are available, not the point of this discussion. However, the point of the discussion is a very famous saying about ben sorer u'morer, and the Gemara says, and listen to this carefully, that there has never been anyone who meets all of the criteria to be called a ben sorer u'morer, and nor will there ever be. What are the criteria for ben sorer u'morer? What is number one? His parents have to have exactly the same voice. Number two, they have to have exactly the same appearance. They have to have exactly the same height. So when you see these requirements, you know that virtually impossible. The Gemara says it is totally impossible. So if that's the case, what's the point? So we always hear the answer, lahag the Torah lahadira, to learn Torah, regardless of whether or not it could possibly happen. However, we do know, as brought down in who brings us down here, Bali Musar, say that the many heketimsas that we have in the Gemara, which are wild, which are impossible, which are so far-fetched that they could never ever happen, but we still discuss these situations, and we discuss them very seriously. So how does the Gemara know for sure, that this type of situation, that this ben sorer will never happen? And here is the answer, which is really a Musar Haskel, and it's a Yesod. What does it mean that the parents have the same voice? That the two parents do not contradict each other. They don't make chayzik of each other. They have one message that they're transmitting to their children. That's one point, which is the same voice. They have the same appearance, that their behavior is consistent from what they expect from their child. They behave in a way that they would want their child to behave, and they do it consistently together. And the same height represents the goals that they set for their child. If they set a laudable goal and they give it to a point which is appropriate and is chanoch l'nara al pi darko for that child, not just for all children, and it's so important never to judge one child by another, and never even to compare one child to another. That fits right into this here. If the parents fulfill all of these very demanding, but certainly very doable categories, and they raise that child that way, it is mamish impossible for that child to become a ben sorer u'morer. That's how the Gemara can say with such great confidence that a child with such parents could never ever become a ben sorer u'morer. We should pay attention to this and learn from it, and talking to myself, of course, and we should continue to do all of those things which we want to do to have emes Yiddish and naches from all of our children. Eine Kloch and Ir Eine Kloch. Get Shabbos.